press the red circle.
Well, the red light's on, so that means it's
Are you
recording.
kidding me? You put it on while I was doing that. Alright.
Well, you're not used to it. You're usually out of screen.
I know, so I get to pick when.
So is it actually recording now?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
because, I usually say the dumb stuff before I start the camera.
Sorry, folks. Technical difficulties. Big shock on Big and Stupid
Yeah.
reviews.
Well, we're usually so professional with the way we set up our flip cam on the art easel.
Yeah. Or have cats filling in for you.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, Stupid J,
Big Mike.
and we're reviewing,
The Darkness 2.
which is part 2 to the Darkness.
Yes, it's the one after the first Darkness.
Nice. Making it a direct sequel.
Yes.
Wow.
It is a direct sequel, even though you wouldn't be able to tell by looking at it.
Wow. So would the first game be a prequel to this game?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to
Exactly.
stop these jokes right now.
I think you probably should.
All right.
This is the last time we do more than one review in a day because after you've been drinking for this long, you're sort of unavailable.
So, all right.
We're going to start out with what we like about the game.
Yes, like always.
This game looks great. I love the way that it's cell shaded.
Mhm.
And just little stuff like the shading is like on clothing and on surfaces is crosshatched, so it looks like a comic book. It doesn't just look like a cell shaded game. It looks like a comic book come to life.
Mm-hmm.
And everything looks that way. It looks, and it didn't give me a headache like Borderlands does.
Yeah.
So it looks great.
I mean, I'm surprised by the way facial features are in this game.
Yeah.
That's one of the few things that, because you do a lot of talking. You do. I mean, you're a lot of character interaction.
Yeah.
Especially when you're like at your mansion and you're doing a lot of that stuff. And
Yeah.
you do that in the first one, you
Yeah.
know, but not as much in this one. And I really liked it because you really got to see how Jackie's really fucked up
Yeah.
in the first game.
Yes.
He's really tortured in this
Yes.
one, you know, and some of it seems a little too ridiculous. Like there are times, I mean, the whole game he's obsessed with Jenny, who
Yes.
dies in the first game.
Yeah. Spoiler.
But basically, I mean, there are times where you're just like, okay, dude, get over it now.
Yeah.
Come on, you know. But you gotta understand that's the driving force of this entire
Yes.
game. You know, other than the darkness powers themselves.
Yeah.
But if I had powers of evil voiced by Mike Patton, I wouldn't be keeping that bottled up inside.
No.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So, and again, let's touch upon the voice acting, which I thought Jackie's voice again was awesome.
Yes.
Mike Patton.
Dude,
Why isn't he in every
No.
fucking video game ever?
he should be every voice in everything ever, no matter what.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, the guy's amazing.
He's every time the darkness talks, it's like, "Ugh." It's like I felt like he was inside of my head. He wanted to be let out of my head.
Yeah.
That
I mean, I loved the little Darkling. I loved how he was British for no reason.
the Darkling. There was no other character that I cared about that much in that game as that little fucking. Just I don't know when he he monkey and he calls you monkey and
he
he
tells jokes. He
and it
pisses
seems-
on corpses. He farts on them.
and it seems like
you can pick him up and throw him,
Yeah.
and he like breaks necks.
yeah, and it actually seems he actually seemed to like in the first one the darklings were just like little minions
Yeah,
that you
and-
summoned but this one like you actually had a bond with him and he cared about you and you cared about him.
Yeah, you're right, especially towards the story there and some of those moments.
Yes.
In his head,
Yeah.
and you're just like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's really trying to
Yeah.
do what I don't want to spoil anything.
That's why I was trying to be careful what I said.
But yeah, when he's doing the things that he's doing, you can tell that he's doing it because he cares
Yeah.
about what happens to Jackie.
I mean-
it's just one of those rare characters in a video game that you really sort of get attached to.
As a sidekick character.
Yeah, as a sidekick character.
I mean, one of the other things I like too is you got to be the Darkling.
Yes.
You got to run around and slit throats
Yes.
they were basically stealth missions.
Yeah.
You didn't have to play it stealth, but it helped.
Oh
You
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool to break away from it a little bit.
Yes.
But let me state out this: I didn't need a break. Like
no,
at all.
No.
The action, even though it's a shooter,
Yes.
the variety of things you can do keeps it feeling fresh.
Yeah.
If you get bored, it's your fault.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Oh yeah.
You could dual wield almost any gun you want.
Yeah.
I could pick up a submachine gun and a handgun and fire them both simultaneously. I could pick up two handguns and go at it. But the bread and butter, man, is your darkness powers.
Yeah.
I mean, the melee slashing, grabbing objects, throwing them and then impaling them.
Yep.
The black hole powers. There's a lot of powers.
I didn't use the black hole very much in the first one, but in that second one, that was cool because like you would shoot the thing out, you would shoot the black hole out, and you could see them struggling against it, and then they would just give in. It's sort of like when you suck up a stink bug in the back.
but also what made it really good too is that it was a great way that if you're overwhelmed, you could throw the black hole. It would suck, and if it didn't kill everyone, that's where all the weapons were too. You could run in and start weapons.
And by the way, just in case you haven't played it, and you go out to get it after we're done with the review, because we're both going to recommend it. When you have the black hole, don't try to eat another heart because it gets rid of the black hole.
Yeah.
I found that out the hard way.
I like the skill trees, the leveling up, especially depending on how you want to play. If you want to concentrate on guns, there's a gun tree.
Yep.
Where you can do your gun channeling and whatnot. If
Yep.
you like using your powers, there's one for that. If you're like me, who plays more conservatively, I always like to have my health up like right away in almost every game.
Yeah.
There were skill trees I picked that's like if you eat more hearts, you get bonuses. So I was like ripping the heart out of everyone I possibly could. This game is bloody. It's violent.
Yes.
It's gory.
Yes,
it's well written.
Yes,
the
it is.
fucking the acting is really good.
Yes,
the
it
boss
is.
fights are totally different for
Yes.
every boss fight,
Yes.
and they take skill.
Yep.
And there's two endings, which is the only thing I dislike about the game, but we're not on the disliking part yet.
Yes.
But
Soon.
holy shit, man! I had a ball from beginning to
Yeah,
end.
there is a lot of great stuff about this game. Like you said, concentrate on your powers. I was slashing people in half and picking them up and flinging them.
You
and
can throw the
throwing
corpses.
the dark thing, and I mean, I barely used my guns at all, which is what I like in a shooter. What I like in a shooter is not having to shoot. So yeah, I definitely had a ball. Game looks great, voice acting's great, looks great, it's fun. It is short. It's not even short, it's because it's not even long enough for the orc.
Yeah. See, I didn't realize it when you told me how you felt it was so short.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it.
But
I'm exploring.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the collectibles. I'm literally talking to everyone in my mansion all the time, and I'm doing the mini games. I'm doing the shooting the glass off the balcony. I'm shooting the pigeons.
Yeah.
I'm doing all the mini games.
Okay.
Too.
Well, if you want to
So
do
maybe
that,
that's why it didn't feel so short. To
if
me.
you want to do that,
But
that's fine.
If
But
you're gonna breeze through that campaign,
what
you're gonna say it's how long?
It was literally less than 5 hours. I did
Really?
it in less than 5 hours because, like you said, I was having so much fun that I didn't want to stop to talk to people. I didn't want to stop to shoot birds. I wanted to get the fuck back into there and just slash and eat hearts and rip people in half and the other thing, because I was using my powers so much, the A button kills 3. The X button kills 2. There's only 5 kill animations. It got old after a while.
Well, the execution moves are for benefits as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, but there's 2 of them.
Well, there's the health. There's the reload your gun channeling. One is for extra ammo. One is to there's a couple.
No, all I found
The animations are probably the same.
the
but
animations are the same. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I killed almost everyone with my dark tentacle things. It gets boring after a while. I mean, luckily the game was not long enough for me to be like, oh god. But yeah, when I went in, guns a-blazing, tentacles a-slashing, it was less than 5 hours.
Okay.
So the game is short, but it also has that co-op campaign, which is separate. So that adds to it.
The thing I liked about the online co-op campaign is it's 4-player, and they're all people who are like Jackie, but they're not as powerful as him.
Yeah.
They don't get the tentacles or whatever, but they all have dark enchanted weapons, every single one of them. And each character has their own distinct personality.
Yeah.
And because everyone's enchanted weapon, they all fight differently.
Yeah.
I've actually ended up using all the characters. They all have their own unique skill trees for leveling up. You know, and there's I forget how many levels. There's quite a few levels.
Yeah.
And it's a story.
Yeah.
You go to the bar, and Jackie's main guy Vinny comes in, and he's like, "Look, we got to go in. These guys got some of your darkness powers, like you guys. You got to go and stop them,
Yeah.
assassinate these guys." And it was fun. I mean,
Yeah.
I really liked it. It was short.
Yeah.
I mean, it was real short too.
But
But
you
when
know,
he's, I mean,
it's sort of it has that Splinter Cell conviction thing
Yeah.
where
it's a side
you know
story.
it's coinciding with the story, so it sort of goes together.
Yeah, because they're calling you, telling you what's going on at Jackie's mansion.
Yeah.
They're under attack from this and that, and it's pretty cool. I mean, and I liked it. The other thing that was kind of cool is it's not just straight up missions. If you wanted to, you can do straight up hits.
Yeah.
Like they give you like, here's a contract, go and go this guy. Pick your character you want. You can play by yourself or you can play online.
Yeah.
And you can go and take out some of these targets by yourself.
Yeah.
Some of them are straight co-op. You have to do them only co-op only, but there's a lot of replay value for even all the multiplayer. I mean,
Yeah.
and I really liked it. I thought it was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, no, it was definitely. Despite, you know.
For a game like this, it doesn't even need a multiplayer, period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a story-driven, this is your character, this is his adventure.
Yeah, and the story was good, if not really predictable. As soon as.
You chose your good ending, you knew how it was going to end.
No. I'm trying to think of how I could put this so that it doesn't spoil anything. But as soon as they mention the other side of the darkness
Mm-hmm.
and what sort of host it needs, I knew what it was.
Mhm.
Like there's nothing shocking. It's
Yeah.
not, you know, it's not The Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
It's more like what's that other M. Night Shyamalan movie? The Town, where they're in the town,
Okay.
and you know it by the beginning
Yeah.
that it's you know
Bullshit.
really in the modern world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of like that. You knew as soon as they started talking
Yeah.
what was going to happen in the story,
And the thing,
which is fine because the story was still good.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have minded so much. I mean, I figured out what was going to happen with the one ending I picked, and I wouldn't have minded it, but again, my main problem with this game is the endings, and it's one of those games where no matter what you picked, you were damned if you did, and you were damned if you didn't.
Yeah.
And both times, the one ending I picked, I'm like, I watched the CG sequence, and then the credits rolled, and I'm like, dude, that's one of the saddest things I've ever seen. Holy fuck! And then the other one, you know, you get, basically if you pick the one ending, you get a whole nother level to play,
Yeah.
chapter,
Yeah.
and you get through it, and you fight through it, and it's pretty cool. And then when that ended, you're like, oh, you're fucked. Really? I'm fucked forever now? And, you know, so it's kind of like, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I mean, everything up to there is fucking awesome.
Yeah, and that was the other thing, the way that I'm not going to spoil anything by saying this, but like the people who are in your gang are the same people who are in the mental hospital.
Yeah.
Some of them are doctors and some of them are other patients, but everybody sort of interacts with you the same way
Yeah.
in both sort of places. I was very, very captivated. I was into the story.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that too, because Victor, the main villain,
yes.
I liked him. He was a little bit different.
Yeah.
He didn't have superpowers or nothing. The dude was like burned.
Yeah.
I mean, like 90% of his body walked with a limp, and they didn't give him this voice. as
Yeah,
the
yeah.
villain. He was like a normal dude.
Yeah, he
and I
wasn't-
was like, wow, I'm really impressed with this villain.
Yeah.
And he almost kind of like wasn't the villain in a way.
Yeah.
He was almost, you know, he was trying to do what was good
For everyone.
for themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, they had their own belief system,
Yeah.
you know. And I'm kind of listening. I'm like, well, I'm kind of the bad guy in this, I guess. Too.
Well, that's
I mean, everyone's the.
that's the good thing. If you a good villain, you can see why he's doing what he's doing.
Mhm.
Like, you know, anybody can make a villain who wants to destroy the earth and do this. But if you make a villain where you're like, oh crap, I don't want to stop this guy from doing this because he's really doing the right thing.
Yeah.
It's well written. It's well written.
Yeah. Unfortunately, both endings, man, they didn't open it up for a third. And I want a third.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
really want to play. I want to keep playing this game. I'm actually already halfway through my second playthrough because Game Plus mode.
Yes, it does have a Game Plus, which I don't do because I don't have. I hate replaying stuff. So that's it. I mean, it's not because I didn't like it. It's just because once I finish something, I usually don't have.
And it's hard with this show too because we're always trying to stay on top of games.
Yes.
So usually it's like we play a game and it's like, all right, I have to play this now.
Yeah.
And sometimes we're not excited to play the next game we're gonna review or whatever either. And I'm sure that doesn't help something. You're like, I don't want to. I gotta put this down. I want to play this. Like, Skyrim was so hard for me to put down.
Yeah.
This was hard for me to put down.
And then sometimes I end up enjoying the stuff that I was, like the one that we're doing for next time. Well, not next time. The time after that.
I don't remember.
I'll tell you.
I've had too much to drink.
I'll tell you then.
A lot of tequila.
Yeah. So that's it. The Darkness is awesome.
I recommend it.
I recommend it too.
I paid $60, and because I pre-ordered it, I got the limited edition, and the limited edition came with some codes for extra skill tree selections, a different Darkling to choose from. So it has some cool stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it's worth $60 anyway. So if I recommend new, try to find the limited edition. You get really cool codes with it.
Yeah.
Why save yourself the $5 to use somewhere for $55?
Yeah.
And then you could have got some cool codes.
Yeah. If you're
and some of those skill trees, if you're like me, you like to find collectibles and shit.
Yeah.
The one skill tree helps you find the collectibles easier. So it's cool. I mean, I love the game.
Yeah.
I can't recommend it more.
I could,
You like to shoot? You like blood, gore, violence?
It's
a good story?
It's gory. Maybe a little bit over the top gory.
Fuck no. Fuck no.
It's a little over the top. So
Fuck no.
If you're not into the gore, if you're a
sissy,
if you didn't put ABACABB in on Mortal Kombat,
it's ready for me. Why do I play video games? Shut up.
Okay.
Play the Darkness 2. Subscribe to this channel while you're at it.
I would say play the
And like us on Facebook.
Do all
and play
this.
this.
And play this.
And keep watching. And tell your friends. Tell your grandma.
My grandma doesn't watch the show.
But she plays video games.
Yeah.
But she should be watching our show.
She doesn't like us.
What's wrong with her?
We swear too much.
No. It's not because she's not senile or anything.
No, she's fine.
That's the only thing I can think of why someone would dislike us. Or mental handicap. I wasn't going to say that about your grandma.
She's not. But do like us on Facebook and play Darkness. It's good. Fine. It's good. 2 shooters in the same day that I liked. Are you happy?